I spent a couple hours trying to get this transmission to come out. I was able to get it separated from the motor, so I knew that the bolts connecting the transmission to the motor were all undone, but I just couldn't figure out how to get it to go any further than that. This video will show you what I was doing wrong and get the transmission all the way out of the car. I've got to get that bolt out somehow. Well, obviously it can be done somehow. I just don't know how we're going to do that. We'll work on that. Way down in there, there's the other motor mount, transmission mount, and I can't get to the bolt that's on the end of it like this because there's not enough room. I'm going to take these other bolts, the ones that go up and down, the vertical ones, try taking those out and see if the motor mount will slide a little bit inboard to give me more room to get to that 17 millimeter on the end. You can see my wrench here. I was able to, I don't know if it was from taking those nuts out or just getting under and pushing the transmission towards the passenger side. I was able to get my 3/8 inch ratchet on there, and using a good pipe as leverage, I broke that nut free. Now, you know, your inclination is to just ratchet the heck out of it, but I got to take this off or I'll never get it off. And then use an open-ended wrench to pull that nut all the way out of the transmission. I don't have one of those fancy schmancy engine supports to hold up the motor while I'm taking the transmission out, so this is what I've got devised here. Nothing that a good old 2x12 and a 4x4 can't do. You can sort of see that I wrapped that end of the ratchet strap around the back of this oil pan, and so it's sort of pulling it back up and around, so it's not going to rotate down, and it's holding just fine at the moment. Might be free. Let's see. Oh yeah. All right. It has been removed. Here's what things look like on the motor side, just in case you're interested. Just so you can see, there's, if we start here on the bottom corner, there's the two studs. You can't, that other one's a little harder, it's back there. And then there's a hole here, 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 there. There's nothing over the top. There's one there, which is at the top of the starter. Another one, that one goes through the starter. And then you can see where the bolt comes through the motor mount here. I took the one off here. It looks like my strap is about to break. It's holding this whole motor up, so I'm going to get another strap around it real quick so that we don't have that fall out of the car. For what it is worth, on this 2013 Outback, this is the number on the top of the transmission. Can't really make out what's on the other side. Looks to be 1580058 possibly. Here's what things look like without the acoustic cover on it. You can see we've got our electrical connections that go down both sides to these sensors. There's a sensor, and then ground, and then this is our shift sensor, I assume, where it tells the computer what gear it's in. And incidentally, the one video I watched of the excellent young man who removed this thing and changed his automatic to a 5-speed, he had some Mickey Mouse system to fool the computer. I think you could just take out this whole mechanism here, basically turn it into manually sort of shift it to fool the computer into thinking it's in a certain gear. That's the approach I would take if I were doing that. It may still convert it to a 5-speed. We'll see. Now I got to find another transmission.